Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's Mikale here, and today I'll be showing you guys how I get my nice, airbrushed, flawless, everyday makeup. If you like to see how I get this look, then keep on watching. So I already did my skin prep, and what I used is the Pond's Dry Skin Cream. And then for my under eyes, I use this. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but this is the under eye cream that I use to make sure I keep my under eyes moisturized. For my foundation, I'm going to use my NARS Soft Matte Foundation in the color Macao. And if you see me looking down, like looking at my mirror, for my foundation, I don't like to use a lot of products. I mainly just put a little bit on my cheeks, my chin, and then like a tad bit on my forehead. And that's all of the foundation that I use because I don't really like to have my foundation super heavy. To blend it, I'm going to use my e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. This is one of my favorite foundations that I've ever used because I think it has a really good color match and it matches my undertones like pretty well. I think I have more of a neutral undertone. It blends really well and also photographs really well. I wore it for my college graduation photo shoot and was so seamless, so perfect. It photographs really well and it was 80 degrees that day and it did not budge. So, and then for concealer, I used the Tarte Shape Tape. This is the first concealer that I go in with. I use my Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer by Too Faced, and it's in the shade Warm Sand, and I'm going with this shade just to brighten up my under eye a little bit. I brought you guys in a little bit so you guys can see everything more detailed, but to blend I use the Morphe M173 concealer brush. I prefer to blend with a brush these days because I feel as though it helps the makeup basically stay where you want it to go. With a brush you can choose basically exactly where you want your concealer to be, and I just lightly blend that out. And at the ends, I kind of bring it up a little bit, but not too much. I just kind of flick the brush to blend it up a little bit, and I lightly pat the edges to make sure it blends in with the rest of my face really well. And with the excess concealer that I have on my brush, I just use it to go over my eyes, and I also put a little bit on my chin and also a little bit in between my forehead. And then next I use my blush, and it comes with both cream and a powder blush, so I'm gonna go in with the cream first. To apply my blush, I use the e.l.f. blush brush. I'm not really sure the exact name of it, only says blush on it. I like to place my blush at my temple, and then my temple area, and then I work my way down. And I just love this shade of pink. It's a nice neutral pink. After I'm done with my cream blush, I'm gonna go in with the same palette with the powder version, and I'm gonna do the same thing, just start it at my temple and then work my way down, but not too much. I find when I put my blush on my cheeks, right here, it kind of drags my face down, but when I keep it up here, it snatches my face a little bit, or maintains the shape of my face already. So like I said, your blush placement is really going to depend on your face shape, and it's kind of something that you have to play around with and figure out the best blush placement for you. And then I'm going to contour with my Fenty Beauty Matchstick. This part of the audio had to be cut out, but this is in the shade Truffle, and I place it right under where I place my blush, and then I go in with a contour brush and I blend it in an upwards motion. So this is one of my most crucial steps to really get that airbrush look, and this is the powder that I use. This is the Givenchy Prism Libre setting powder, and it's in the shade Popolin Mimosa, I believe that's how it's called. It's in the shade 5. But before I apply my powder, I like to go back under my eyes with my Morphe M173 brush just to make sure that my under eyes aren't creasing before I set everything into place. And then I'm gonna use my powder puff, and I'm gonna try to make sure I pick up an even layer of powder. And if it's not 100% even, which is kind of hard, it's kind of hard to get it 100% even, I like to tap the powder on the back of my hand just to make sure it goes on evenly. And then I just take what's left on the powder puff and I set my under eyes. And I'll also go down a little bit into my T-zone because I tend to get really oily there. So I set here also. And what I put on the back of my hand, I usually pick it up and then I use the excess to set other places on my face. So now I'm gonna go in with my LA Cosmetics highlight palette, and this is the shade that I'm gonna be using. To apply my highlight, I'm just gonna use the same contour brush. I know that's not ideal, but I can't find my fan brush right now, so I'm just gonna try and hopefully it comes out right. And I'm gonna put the highlight like right above where I place my blush. And then I'm going to use this e.l.f. Small Precision brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of the highlight and go right here on my brow bone. I'm only putting a little bit, like you probably barely even notice it because I don't like it to be too much, but like just enough. And then I'm also going to put some in my inner corner. Now I'm going to set everything into place with my One Size Until Dawn setting spray. This is the mattifying waterproof setting spray. For my lip combo today, I'm going to be using the MAC Chestnut Lip Liner. I'm going to lightly line my lips. And I don't like to be dramatic with this because I already have like naturally dark lips. It might not show up like that on camera because I have a light on, but in real life I definitely have like darker lips. And then I'm gonna use the Dior Lip Glow Oil, and I'm using it in the shade Rosewood, and I'm just gonna go over. And the last step, I'm gonna go in with my LA Cosmetics lashes in the style Rain. And I always apply my lash glue directly onto my lash line. I just think that it sticks way better that way. And I like to make it get a little bit tacky before I put the lashes on. And then I just pop them on. I try to place the center first, and then I put the ends down. And then I always take it a step further and I go in with my lash curler and I curl them just so they don't look as straight and they're more curly. And my very like last step is I go in with my MAC Studio Fix powder, and it's in the shade NC47. And I take this brush, it came in like a big pack of brushes I bought a few years ago, and I just go over my face again just to make sure it's super matte. If you like a more dewy look, you can skip this. So this is the final look. As you can tell, it's like nice and smooth, and it gives you like that airbrush finish. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up and share it with somebody who also might find it helpful. And if you'd like to see more beauty and lifestyle content from me, then make sure that you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!